wisdom. She is paranormal.
Good morning from me. It is 7 a.m. and I'm as bright as anything. Not really. I am. I've woken up. It's all good. Good to see you here. I can see I've got two screens open. So if I look that way, it's because I'm reading the chat. But I can see Maisie's here. Wisdom was here. Julia and Sarah. Oh, Sarah, you just popped in. Cool. Hi, Sarah. But there's quite a few of you here. Thank you. And sorry to say, but unless Enzo is home and suddenly pops up, he's not here today, because if you recall last week, he said he was traveling and going to see a UFO museum, but he's going to take a whole heap of pictures and do things like that. So he's probably heading home. So let's hope he's having a safe drive today. And if he happens to be listening, hello, Enzo. But yeah, so you're stuck with me today. I did, excuse me, itchy nose. I did invite a couple of people that said that they wanted to have been saying they wanted to do a live stream. So we'll see if they turn up, shall we? That'll just be a surprise. But otherwise, you've got me. And we all know how shy I am and I can't talk much, so it could be boring. But there you go. Hello, baby girl, DM. Ian, hello, good morning. Oh, well, evening for you. Evening. Yeah, well, when Enzo's away, the cat will play. Hey. But yeah. Oh, and Wisdom, did you? I did send you. Wisdom provided me with some photographs of a suspected. I still say UFO. Okay, the other thing, UPA or UOP or whatever the hell it is, that confuses me. I'm too old to learn new ones. But yeah, he sent me some photographs and I had a look at them and I did send them off to Enzo for a peruse, and on his investigations, he thinks he knows what it is. So, but yes, I did send you Enzo's answer, Wisdom, if I haven't checked my emails to see if you got that yet. And Tanya, what are you telling me? Let's have a look. Little Tanya, I'll go back into here. Let's see. Don't panic. We changed our clocks forward last night. New time. Oh, forward. Okay. Oh, well, is this a better time for you, Tanya? I hope so. Excuse me if I cough a bit today. Not sure what's going on. I'm not sick. It's weird, like a dry cough. Does anyone get that? I've got my cup of tea in my, I won't say it, but that's my coffee cup. That's my favourite one generally. Hello, Cobalt. Yes, I'll drink my tea and try to get rid of that dry cough, because that'd only end up being quite annoying, wouldn't it? I don't know if anyone's noticed how many subscribers I now have, but look at that. Isn't that awesome? And it's all thanks to, the same as it was. I've been, a couple of my episodes have just picked up momentum and people are watching them, and so that's really cool. And if there's anyone new here today, let me know, because I'll say g'day. But that I don't know, I guess good things come to those that wait. Hi, Sarah. What else? Just having a check. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think so. You're all doing the usual romper room. Hello to everyone. It's nice to see everyone pop in, all the usual faces. And Cobalt hasn't been here for a while, so it's nice to see you. You've been busy with your little channel and your book reviews and stuff. I've caught a few of them. What else? Where am I? I know, Cobalt. It's just, yeah. So I'm happy, because it means that the main thing for me is the particular episodes that are getting traction and that people are watching are actually the ones on the two places I'm most passionate about, apart from Virginia City, that aren't in Virginia City, the Sally House and the Villisca house. So I'm glad that they're getting traction, and hopefully going forward, anyone who goes to those particular two houses, maybe someone will shout out, hey, watch this episode before you go there, because I don't know. I'm finding it lately. I don't know how you all are. I'm finding it very hard lately to watch paranormal episodes of anything. Anything. Except the English ones, like Three Spies and all that. I can watch that because that's honestly what an investigation is like. And in all of those, there's no BS. That's what I can watch them. I'm just finding it really hard because oftentimes you see the thumbnails, and that's what drove me to do that thing for the Sally House, because I'd been seeing thumbnails of people saying the demon that goes between two houses and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, please tell me that's not what I think it is. And it was what I thought it was. And I thought, what is wrong with you people? Do your research. And then I thought, no, Karen, don't go into a rant. They are what they are. They're entertainment channels. Some of them may well investigate, but to me, if you're going to investigate a location, fair enough if you just sort of fall upon it, or someone at short notice says, hey, come and look at this with us, or, fair enough, because you might not have time to research it, right? But, and you may well have to go with the narrative given to you by the homeowner or the location or whatever. But if you know you're planning to go somewhere, don't just go on what everybody else tells you. Go deep into it yourself. Check out the history of the place, like what was there before the building was there, who lived there, what were they about, what did they do, and who's this person claiming such and such, who are they, and what did they get out of claiming such and such. Like, do your research. And still, I'm not saying that some of these places aren't haunted, could well be, but I just get annoyed when they say they're haunted by things that just can't be, Real evidence. I haven't checked them out yet, I don't think. That's what I say. I don't know. I'm happy with Three Spires. I'm happy with Dorset Parent. Like, I'm happy with the English ones. I don't know why. Maybe just because when you watch them, it is very that's what it's like. You go to a place and that's exactly what it's like. You have to entertain yourself. It can be boring, so I can watch those, but I'm just over the American ones at the moment. I'm just like, oh, really? Like again with that? So I don't know. I'm just, what's the word? I don't know, burnt out, jaded. I don't know. There's a word. I've just had enough. I just need a rest from those. Can't even watch anything like that anymore, Wisdom. I'm just over it. I don't know. I'm just over it. But we'll see. I'll get my mojo back. I've just, a lot going on at home too. So it's like nothing bad. Just my mind's preoccupied. So when I do have time to watch anything, I want to watch something that's just normal and makes me laugh. It's important to laugh. You can always have a mix of things. I can't even watch Cassie anymore. I can't do anything. I just can't watch any of it. I've had enough. That's all. I've had enough. Not that they're doing anything wrong. I love Cassie. I mean, you guys know I've investigated with Cassie. I love Cassie. I love Joe. I don't know. I've just gone off. I don't know why. Mind you, I did see Cassie put out an episode for the Beck House, and I did like her first Beck House episode, so I probably will watch that, to be quite honest. But yeah, I don't know. I've been putting on quite a few episodes of Friends, if that helps. I'm just like, just over the drama, over the whole heap of stuff. Everybody, it'll pass. Like everything, it passes. Tuber Chat. Oh my God, Tuber Chat. Oh, I forgot to grab my list when my thing was live the other day. Please tell me, who was it? Let me remember. Bill gave me a super chat and a gifted membership. So someone else, quick, jump in if you're here, because I owe you an animation. So why don't we do an animation now? Yes, Lynn, I try to be real. I'm just going to do an animation now. When I come back, I won't be a Debbie Downer anymore, okay? So this, I don't know that Bill's here, but I do owe him. But Kevin, because you gifted me a membership, here you go. Everybody can have a there we go. That was only a short dance. Maybe I should make the dancing longer. And then, yeah, and Bill did. So thank you for gifting that. Thanks, Kevin. Kevin's with Tuba Chat. And a lot of you hear me talk about the Tuba Chat. He's really great. He just does a live stream and people pop in the chat like we do now. And it's a way of sharing out your channel, and then people can, if you need watch hours, that sort of thing, people swap playlists and just, it's a supportive community. And Kevin's great. Oh, he's great. I often buy him a coffee. Let's see excuse me. Oh, hang on. I'm getting there. I'm clicking on the wrong. Sorry, Cobalt. I'm doing something wrong. Where are we? There she is. Doof, doof. There she is. Yeah, 2 years on YouTube. Crikey. I've almost been, no, I won't be 2 years until October. So there you go. 2 years in October. So, yeah. So if you like books and things like that, or, you talk about other stuff too if you do a live and everything, but great book reviews. And she's got cute pussycats who normally interfere with anything she's doing. So, it's always nice. He's not here, but I can tell him I gave him his brand because I know you all like. I think we'll start with episode 1 of Enzo and Crow, and Enzo being abducted. So this is thank you to Bill from Warm Strong Adventures. And again, although he's not in the chat, Bill has a nice channel too. If you're interested, or if you do go cruising on cruise ships, Bill's channel talks about them and all the things you've got to watch for, all the things that you should make sure you're getting, which ones to avoid, which ones to go on. And yeah, he's a very, very nice man. He was a Detroit policeman captain. He was in the Detroit police force back in the day, where I reckon it would have been a huge job. But so for him, let's see, where are we? We'll do the Enzo getting abducted one. Then later on, I can always play the episode 2.
No, please.
Tanya, thank you. Tanya doesn't have a channel, but Tanya is the best mod in the world. No offense to anyone else, but she totally is. She could probably be in here now and someone else could have a live, and she'll be juggling quite a few people's lives and doing the moderation tasks. She's awesome. And I wonder who got the memberships. You pick, Tanya. What do you want to see? Do you want the dancing, or do you want to see something else? You let me know. I'll play you one. Yes. Thank you, Tanya. You're awesome. Thanks, Candy. I do try with my clips. I do try. Dancing, please. All right. The same one I just did before, the gifting one, yeah? All right, I will. Here we go. There you go. I'm going to make more of those. I get a bit of fun out of making those, so I'll make some more. But yeah, thank you, Tanya, and welcome to whoever got Tanya's gifts. Give Tanya a big hello, and Tuba Chat, give him a big thank you too, because you'll know who you should. I think you get told who gifted them to you. I'm pretty sure you do. I could be wrong, but anyway, there you go. I think that's me caught up with my thank yous. Yeah, so yeah, this week, as usual, I was working on an episode. I'm nearly finished it, but yeah, I've just been a bit off this week, and I get in there and I start and I'm wrapping up the editing, and then I go, oh, I don't know. I'm in a strange woohoo, cuckoo. We all have those days. Oh dear, let me go back to my comments so I can highlight them. What's that, Maisie? Tanya is the best mod ever, with Dantex coming up in second place. Yeah, Dantex is pretty good. He doesn't, every now and then he pops into my lives, but I think he's busy more busy with the other channels at the moment. So that's cool. That's all right. But when he pops in, it's nice to see him. So Enzo's not here, so we won't have our little science segment this week, but he's going to make up for it next week for sure, because he's visiting that museum. So he's going to, well, he promised, he said he would take lots of photos and stuff there, so he can talk about that when he gets back next week. So that'll be pretty cool. Hi Sandy. Hi. You don't have to. Yeah, that's good. Thank you for popping in to say hello. Dear. I'm just checking. Oh, Heather. Hello, gorgeous. Heather and I had a funny little live the other night, didn't we, Chook? I went on Heather's channel. Heather had an impromptu live. Heather had that was only going to last maybe half an hour because she was pretty tired from work, and I think we were on for almost 3 hours. Surprise. Dear. So what's the matter? I'm sorry, my dog's crying. Come here. What's wrong? What's the matter? You don't need anything. You're all right. It's a Rottweiler, not the Chihuahua. He's asleep on my bed. So he's all right. Let's have a look. Yeah, has anyone got anything they want me to talk about this week? Any questions or anything like that? Like I did put out those episodes, and granted, the episodes I put out were more because I know even though some of the episodes are older and I've rejigged them and put them together, the one that I put out did. That was because I know that a lot of people are new to my channel and haven't actually probably looked back to see what I did cover in my research. So I thought, you know what? And with all this talk about the Sally house being linked to Villisca by a demon, the same demon, I thought, it's time for me to have a rant. So I put those together. But I mean, I don't know what people. I did ask. Someone did ask me to look at the. I can never say it properly. Trans-Allegheny Asylum. I've never been there. I haven't been there, and so I didn't really know. They just really wanted to know the history of the place. So I'll have a look at that and see if there's anything interesting. But from memory, I've watched a few episodes where people have gone there, but I don't know, with asylums and places like that, granted there's going to be bad, like, energy, because most of those places were pretty cruel to the people that lived there. And you're sure people died there too. But I noted, who was it? The boys, I think it was the Australian. There's an Australian YouTubers. I think they're Australian. Anyway, one of them is. They went to Ararat, which is near Ballarat, which is in Victoria, and I went to Beechworth, to the asylum there, and the asylum there, known as Mayday Hills, is the sister asylum to the Ararat one. I haven't been to the one in Ararat. Hey Betty Gathers, hello. I haven't been to the one in Ararat, but in doing the research for the one in Beechworth, which is the episode I've nearly finished, a lot of it was linked to the Ararat one. So I did watch those episodes. I did watch one of the episodes. There was one with the American boys. Tanya will know their name. She follows their channel, Paranormal something. The two that anyway, they were here. They went there. Not Sam and Colby. They were here with the boys. And I watched them. Good entertainment. Interesting. So I thought, we'll see. But I might try to plan to get there. Is it Paranormal Nightmare, Tanya? Is that the two boys? It was the thing I was going to go to. They had a thing I was going to go to last year, and then I couldn't get there. And I gave them back the ticket. I hope someone ended up getting gifted that ticket because it cost me a lot of money. I tried to give it away, and then the person I tried to give it to never got back to me. And I thought, I can't do anything. So I gave it back to them, and I said, please gift it to somebody because I paid for the ticket. So I don't know if they ever did. I think that's them. Paranormal Quest. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, those boys. Yeah, they went to Ararat. I wonder where else they went to. I don't know. I'm surprised that they came to Australia, to be honest. That would have cost them a fortune. But anyway, so that was interesting. It was interesting. They didn't go over the top. The history was fairly what I recall it being. So yeah, that was all right. I like anything that is close to me or anything that I know of. If I see an episode, I'll watch it because I think, oh, cool. Wonder what they picked up, you know. But yeah, asylums are pretty crappy places, really, in life and in death. So yeah, I'm nearly finished my Beechworth Asylum episode, and I should have that out by Tuesday, I think. Hi, Brian. Good evening. So yeah, we'll see how we go with that and see what you reckon. Oh, my phone. I should turn that down, shouldn't I? We don't need ding dongs going off while I'm live. Do people not know that I'm live? How dare they send me messages? Hang on, I'll just mute it. There we go. Oh, I see. One of my special guests is going to come on and say hello. That's what that was. So that'll be cute. So just wait, you'll see. What else? The Nevada, the event I'm putting on in Virginia City is getting a fair bit of traction. People are talking about it now and getting interested. So that'll be great. I so hope it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Que sera. What will be, as Doris would say. Nightmare Nation, hello. And Baby Girl, hello. Let me see. I'm excited to one day get to Australia, says Baby Girl. Oh, well, actually, you don't say it like, oh, you do, Baby Girl. There you go. I'm excited to one day get to Australia. I did my college class presentation on Australia. I studied travel specialist years ago and worked in all areas of airlines. Well, yeah, get here. I am Australian, and there's so much of Australia that I haven't seen. Like I've been to Perth in Western Australia. I've been to South Australia. I've been, I live in Queensland. I've visited places in New South Wales. I lived in Victoria. The only places I've never gotten to are up at Darwin and further up. I was nearly there, but then I was crook. So there you go. I nearly went up where Heather was on the Whitsundays or up towards Cairns. And I'll still get to go there, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, unless I drop dead or something. Hello, Jason, just Jason, keto and more. If anybody needs to know how to eat on keto, go check out Jason's channel. If you want to share your channel, anybody, it's hashtag share, all lowercase. I don't mind if you share your channel, okay? Because if I see you pop up, I'll mention you. Steve and Tina, hello. Ria's blissful connections. That's a nice word, isn't it? Blissful. Yeah. So anyway, but if any of you guys think of any places too that you would like me, because I have sort of slowed down a bit on watching other people's paranormal content, and sometimes the reason I slow down too is I get funny if I see anything negative about a particular place, right? And I note that homeowners or the people that run the places are the ones that are doing things that are, whatever. I kind of go off those places, and then I kind of get confused. I get confused because I have levels of loyalty. So if I find something out to be not great, then I become right. Well, I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to have anything to do with you, or I get like that. So I think that's why I've kind of dropped off watching a lot of content lately, because some of it's going to places that I have no time for. And I just think, can't be bothered. So, it is what it is. But yeah, if you've got any, if you guys have been watching any episodes in places that, you think, oh, they said they got a such and such. Is that true? Or is that really a thing? Feel free to send me an email or a comment, because I see all of the comments that I get I'm not a really big channel, so I'm always stoked when somebody leaves a comment or asks me a question. So if there is anything you want me to check out, like if you've watched an episode and someone has said, oh, such and such happened here, and you think, did it? Ask me. I'll research. If I can find out, I will. I'm happy to assist. Let's see. What's Brian said? Has anyone seen Mythos' new video? I think it was pretty fair, all things considered, although I wouldn't watch the specific. I was at the boys one. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. And yeah, no, the boys is like Sam and Colby or any of them channels. It's just entertainment. That's all. And all of those channels, generally speaking, I won't say fake, but I'll say they do either overreact to something that's not what it is, or they take something from one of those apps that I can't stand, those talking apps. They take something from that and, it's gospel. The app said, but I think that particular channel, The Boys, again, much like Sam and Colby, it's just take it as you will. Like I think if anybody watches those channels, and I know people do, but if you watch those channels thinking that you're going to get something truthful and, then probably there's something wrong with you because either you don't know how it works and a lot of people don't. But yeah, they're fun to watch and the personalities of the people are fantastic. They make you laugh. I watched the boys one and I had a good old giggle. They went with Sam and Colby. The boys were at the Ararat Asylum with Sam and Colby, and the very start, that's all I'll say, just watch the first few minutes of that particular episode where the boys go with Sam and Colby, and I cracked up laughing, and Sam and Colby couldn't say anything. I think that's the issue too with that whole Conjuring House thing. I think people are picking on people. Oh, they're not coming out and saying it. I'm pretty sure there's legalities involved there as to why people can't come out and say anything. But watch that space. We'll see what happens. So did you see, Candy, did you see half of Mythos's episode? Yeah. Yeah, it was a good episode. He didn't pull them apart or anything. He said basically what I've just said. It's good entertainment. They're funny to watch if that's you're into that thing, because they don't go. They're not like the Twin Paranormal Boys, for example, that I just so disrespectful. I can't stand watching them. I don't watch them. I've seen enough. But the boys go in. They're boys. They're lads. They're just being boys. So, they're just doing a silly thing. So there you go, whatever. But they're fun to watch if you just want to have a laugh. But just don't take anything don't go, oh my God, there really is a ghost called Mary Jane that lives in the, don't take, it's just probably not even, I was watching, the one that the one that Mythos did cover was the Lighthouse one. I've gone blank, guys. On Rhode Island, I think it is, that thing. Let's have a look. Are you editing? Nightmare Nation. Yes, I'm having the same issue. I start to edit, and in my narrative in my head, because when I put it towards anyone who edits knows, you get it in your head. You have a vision and a narrative, and then you start to take the footage and put it together to match what's in your head, or this is how I do it, and the narrative. And what you can't get that's in your head, that's where you'll see me maybe do an animation. And you do that, but then sometimes you get to a certain point in it and you're looking at footage and you go, oh crap, I forgot that happened, but it's kind of not in the direction I'm going, but yet it was at that place. And then it messes up your whole it messes up your whole bloody editing thing. But there you go. Let's have a look. Your third crook. What's that? If a channel doesn't provide the audio feed from an SDs, I tend not to believe it. Yeah, but do you know what? It's really hard to do that unless you've got the right. Well, it's not hard. I did see how they did it. They put the hi, Legally Blind. They put the earpiece, the mic in the head thing that could work. You're supposed to be able to, with the little box, which I've got one, you plug the headphones into it, but I'm pretty sure there's well, I'm not pretty sure. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure there's another one where you can plug it into a speaker. So I'll have a look. But I've got Esti's methods that I've done, and I have to, like, even watching Mythos do his breakdown of that episode with the boys. They say, oh, we heard such and such, but when I listen to it, that is absolutely not what I hear. So it would be good to be able to, going forward, do that. So certainly for me, I'm going to work out a way to do it so that when I do get to go and investigate again, I can do that, because it won't interfere with what I'm doing. It might annoy the people asking the questions, because it's a bloody annoying sound that drives you nuts. But it could be good, because then you can hear it in real time, and then you realize, hang on, that's not what it said. And you will watch people go off on it. I've seen it happen. I've been in investigations where one word, like, I can't, oh, hang on, what was one word? I'm just trying to think, like maybe a name. A name will come out the box, and then it's all of a sudden, is that your name? Are you here? And the whole frigging thing is about this one name that's just popped out of a box. And I think it's just a random, like, nothing else backs it up. Does that make sense? But people can run with it. And I think that's what Mythos was saying as well. I don't know how you'll share it with me, Nightmare Nation. Can you, is it a link? I don't know. But we'll see. I'm happy to play it. Let's see. Tanya, sadly, you're right. I know, does it every time, and Amy's Crypt usually does it too. Oh, that's enough of that, you chihuahua. Just a moment. I shall grab the chihuahua. Here he is. Noisy little midget. Look at that. Look at that troublemaker. All right, you can stay up on the desk now. That's your punishment. No more comfy place. Up there. There you go. Sit down. Good boy. Thank you. Not you. You're too big for the desk. You'll break it. Let's see. Oh, I saw, Sarah, I saw your comment. That's all I saw, right? And I thought, hey, I know I'm old, but hey. But then I saw up above, Old Lady Sky's in. Hi, Old Lady Sky. Dear. Now, I was reading something before I was rudely interrupted by you, puppy. Brian. Yeah, let's see. Where are we? So Paranormal Quest. Is it? Maybe it was Paranormal Quest I saw doing it. Are you talking about letting you listen to the Esties? Yeah, I think that kind of is important, because even if you trust the person that's spitting out the words, they can still, because I've done it, sometimes you just repeat what you hear, and then sometimes you think, I think it said that. Whereas, yeah, and that was happening. I was noting that was happening when they were saying, oh, it said such and such. It wasn't. It didn't. Like, it didn't, not into my ears. And I've often said, is it possibly because we have, like, I'm Australian, so when I hear an American talk, I've grown up on American TV. I'm generally pretty good with your accent and the words you use, so I don't normally get anything you're saying wrong. But having said that, oftentimes Americans will go, oh, it said such and such, and then I'll play it back and listen, and that's not what I hear. I don't hear it. And I think actually it's just, that's not what I hear. I don't know if it's the accent, but that's not what I hear. So it would be good to keep doing that sort of thing. Oh, thank you, Ian. Yes, Enzo's not here to do the bong. He's not here. I still have to find a little Mexican hat for the boy. I did find him, and I don't know what I've done with it now. I found him a little, oh, here it is. Hang on. Hey, puppy. Here we go. Look, what's this? Let's pop it on your head and show everyone how cute you are. This is me, just for your entertainment, torturing my chihuahua. You ready? It won't stay on long. Let's do it. You ready? Show him your detective hat. Hang on. There we go. Here we go. Oh, look at that, guys. Detective puppy. He looks so impressed, doesn't he? I'll take it off. There you go. Poor old detective puppy. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Black Cat. That's what I mean. So if you can get it on, or even EVPs, I would be watching long ago. I would be watching Ghost Adventures, and I'd hear him doing that. Do you hear that? And you'd hear an EVP, and it said blah blah blah, and I'd play it back and back because I was fascinated that they caught something, but I'd play it back and find out that's not what it said. Oh, I see one of my special guests. I'll add him now. It's Waffles Bigglesnorf. Hey, mate. Can you hear me? Hello. Where are you, Michael?
I am actually at my home in Boulder City, Nevada. I'm in the backyard because my home's plumbing, all of my plumbing is being redone. So I've actually been living in a motel for the last month.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, pretty crazy. So I'm in my glorious backyard with
it's
my
a nice sized backyard, Michael.
Yeah.
There's room there for a cow, a horse, and a goat.
There really is. But instead I have four very very crazy rabbits. I don't know if you could see them kind of chilling back there.
Oh, you're like me. You give them a city. That's what I do with my. Oh, well, I haven't got bunnies now. I'm not allowed to have them where I live. But
No.
Queensland says no to rabbits, to pet
Oh,
bunnies. There you go.
Oh.
Hey, for you guys just who may not be familiar with Michael, Michael's going to be at my event in July if the tickets sell, Michael. If the tickets sell,
They will.
And he's with Sidekicks Paranormal. And Michael has had something absolutely exciting happen. He talked to me about it when I met up with him was it November? I think November.
Yep.
We were having some lunch and he told me all about that he was going to put a TV show. That was just an idea really then, wasn't it, Michael?
Yeah,
I think.
That's all it was.
Yeah. And then he worked with Shane Pittman. And Shane's got a production company now. What's it called? The production company of Shane's?
Yeah, it's really none of your business. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's called Lights Out Industries. It's Shane and Josh Purvis from The Searchers are the head of the production company. And I had approached them in regarding the my pitch
idea.
Basically, and they were like, "Yes, let's do it. Let's make it happen." So we're filming. We filmed 3 episodes so far, and we're going to Virginia City next week to film like another 2 episodes. We're really excited, but it's coming along great. And then in Virginia City, we'll actually be releasing our very first trailer.
Don't worry, I'm not going to show. Is that the one I saw?
I have another one, and I'll send that to you.
It looks so
very similar.
Awesome, guys. It looks awesome. But thanks, Nightmare. I'll find it in a minute. He did share a trailer with me, and I just laughed. If anybody is, I'll explain it the way I think it is, and then you correct me, Michael. The way they're looking at it is there's Michael who's got a reason that he wants to look at the paranormal side of things out from a personal experience. And then we've got Mary Lynn, and Mary Lynn Blast, and she's a medium, and she also likes to do paranormal investigating, right? So they go together. They go together to some pretty well-known places, and you've got so far you've been to some pretty awesome locations. You're very lucky. They go to the locations and they investigate, just the 2 of them, of course, with the camera crew, but, just the 2 of them.
Just the 2 of us.
That's right. Yeah. And then it's comedy. It's I'm trying. It's like, Michael's kind of a handful at any given time.
True.
So Mary Lynn's kind of got to keep him under control, but it's more they're doing it properly, like they're respectful. They're not going in there being idiots and disrespecting the dead, nothing like that. It's just looking at it from a different perspective. So instead of going in there all serious and tense, it's more, let's go in there, let's be ourselves, and let's talk to whoever might be here with respect and tell them a joke or two and do things because, would I be right? Is that my explanation of what it will be, kind of like that?
Pretty much. It's basically the show revolves around a professional psychic and paranormal investigator and an idiot. And I play the idiot. And it's this one idiot's goal to find out, basically, what comes next. Is there anything? Let's search, let's learn together. My goal for this was to show that not every paranormal investigation is, Zach Bagans. Not everything is scary. Not everything is, heavy. It doesn't always have to be that way. And you could be your normal, everyday, average Joe. And guess what? You too can go out and paranormal investigate. You can learn, you can experience, you can feel. And I am a firm believer that if you laughed in life, there is absolutely no reason to believe that you wouldn't want to laugh in unlife. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So, and the comedy, I think when people hear, oh, there's a comedy edge to it, they immediately think, oh, well, you're going to make fun of them. That's not what we do. It's a lot of the comedy is very introspective, meaning it's really all about it's about me and my journey. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. And so a lot of the making fun is it's not really designed to make fun of a ghost or a location. It's more to have fun with the location and to point fun at just kind of what we're doing. You know what I mean? Because, think about it. We're grown-ass individuals running around an empty place with God knows what type of equipment going, is anybody there? You know what I mean? It's a pretty interesting thing that if you were little kids, you'd be like, oh, they're having fun playing make-believe. But no, you're 40 years old. What is it now? You know what I mean? So you have to look at it lightly sometimes. I think not all the time. You're going to get in situations, and I've been in a few, and you'll see that on the TV show where it's not been light, and something heavy does come your way, and you act appropriately, right?
Yeah.
But this is to show that it doesn't always have to be that way.
Exactly. And I did have the what's the word I'm looking for? The pleasure. I did have the pleasure with you in the pleasure of I did have the pleasure of Michael's company group investigation though, which is kind of not ideal, but it was fun, and I saw how he was there. And as we said before, I can see the new members popping up. Don't worry, you'll get your animation shortly. Thank you, Nightmare Nation and Black Cat. It breaks the boredom.
Yeah.
So you'll be sitting there and everyone's very, intense and whatever, and something stupid happens or someone says something stupid. And Michael was perfect. He'd just have these little quips. He'd just say these little things, and I'd crack up laughing. And then you'd get a few people that would frown because obviously it was all very serious to them. And I just thought to myself, dude, you are not getting the thing I thought to myself during a group here, you're not getting anything, guys, unless it's a miracle. Right. You're not going to get anything. So just have fun learning how to do it in a group. And if something happened, nothing happened that I can remember to us, did it? No, just really. Michael's great sense of humor. So
and when you do a group investigation, the biggest thing that I would say for you as an individual to take away isn't going to be, okay, well, I did or did not see ghosts, or I didn't have any type of cathartic experience with the supernatural or the paranormal. when you do these group investigations, it's more like, can I get to know some great people that maybe I would want to meet up with in the future?
Yep.
Do I like these locations enough to come back on my own?
Yep.
Right? Do I have a good feel? Do I like the area? Do I like the people? That's really more, I think, of what you're going to get from a group and the history, right? Which is something that you're very big on, is just kind of immersing yourself in shit. What was it like? Yeah, if there were ghosts and they were, let's take the Washoe Club. I mean, we're talking 1860s. Man, can you imagine what that place was like when it was just swinging hip?
Oh, when it was popping, it would have been so busy. Smelly, probably would have been smelly.
Smelly, all the
Would have been
horses.
stinky.
But it
horse
would have been.
crap a lot more. Not to mention human crap, because
Yep.
they didn't have plumbing everywhere. So there would have been the good old buckets that would have had to. Where did they chuck their buckets? Actually, that's something you should look into. I know where the
Right.
English used to chuck it, out in the street.
Did they have professional bucket chuckers?
I think they did.
Right?
I think, well, actually, I think I know in England, before plumbing was invented, you had your chamber pot under your bed. And in the morning, you literally chucked the contents out of your bedroom window. And anyone who was walking on the street below, watch out. So,
And I heard that that's one of the most frequently quit jobs. They said because the job is just shit. So, yeah.
Oh, I love you, Michael. You're good for a giggle. But yeah, guys. So Michael is. If anyone does live close to Virginia City, he's in. Going to be the event's sold out, but he is going to be in Virginia City. But he will be there with me in July and with Mary Lynn. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, and we will be speaking. We're going to have a really awesome talk with everybody. That'll be nice, personal. We'll be able to share some of our footage with you guys, something special. And I think, we'll be able to go around and share some fried pickles. It's going to be delicious.
Oh, fried pickles. That's Michael's fault. I came back the side of a house because when I had lunch with Michael, I can't remember what I had. I think I might have just had soup or chowder or something, but he got deep fried pickles that look like fries, like they look like chips, and I tried one, and well, let's just say I tried them again and again and again, and they're delicious. So there you go. Interestingly, one of my subscribers, Ian, is saying, interestingly, urine could be sold to the tannery trade and gave rise to the phrase "a piss a paw." Yes, I knew that, Ian. I think they did that. Anyone tanning leather, that used to be the way you would do it. America as well. Americans, you would do that to human urine.
There's some people that use horse urine to wash their hair.
Is that
cow urine? Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Because it'll clean off, because of the ammonia. It'll help clean off stuff from your scalp.
Oh, charming. I hope you don't do that, Michael. No one get too close for a hug with Michael then.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, dear. Let's see. I'm seeing what other people are saying in the chat too, and I'll catch up on what you're putting in later. But yeah, please, guys, so Michael spared a few minutes for me today because, as you can see, he's checking out the plumbing at his house. But I'm super excited for Michael and Mary Lynn because from what I've seen with the little trailer that Michael shared with me, it looks great.
It'll be officially released next week. Feel free to follow our Facebook page, Para with a Normal.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that because it's Sidekicks Paranormal is the thing. But the show is called
Para with a Normal.
With a normal. I actually wondered why you didn't call it Para with an abnormal.
Well, I wanted to convey because I am abnormal. Let's be real, but I wanted to convey somebody that was more normal to the side of paranormal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody that's not well.
It was great, but it just made me. I just thought, yeah. And did you actually manage to get any injuries with those falls you had, or?
No, and you know what? It's crazy. Every time I fall all the time. Like I fall because I'm always doing something weird, or I'm not looking where I'm supposed to be looking. Because there's a camera right in your face, right? And it's really bright. So it happens way more often than you would think.
Oh, I lost him.
Oh,
There
sorry,
you are.
sorry.
You're back. Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, how did you that's a question, because of course it's a proper production, like they've done it beautifully.
Yeah.
How did you find, because that's different to just going into a location with your iPhone or just a camera. Like they would have had to set up lights and you would have had the big cameras on. Did you find that a little bit daunting? Like, was that
at first?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't think I didn't understand how long it takes just for setup and what they call B-roll, which is the footage that you're not even in.
Yeah.
I mean, and that alone, hours upon hours. And then basically my job at that point is to hurry up and wait. I'm stuck. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Right. And, we can't go into the location because, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, because especially with Marilyn, her being a psychic, we want her to feel the place out. So while you do have a lot of this comedic interaction between me and her, you do get a lot of real investigation parts. And especially from Marilyn, from the psychic side of things, and she's just incredible. So if you want to watch a show that is going to make you laugh and hit you in the oh shits and hit you in the feels at the same time, right? Because we do have a lot of these. There's a lot of like heartfelt moments in it too, because you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what you run into during these investigations, like when you really run into some stuff. So it's incredible. But yeah, we had to have, I mean, we're talking $100,000 worth of equipment just to make this happen. All of our stuff is Netflix appropriate, so we're in talks with a couple of different streaming services, and you'll learn more about that as we go. Our actual release, we're probably looking at later in the year, beginning of next year. Post-production takes a while, unfortunately. Yeah. And then like some locations, you have to get city permits. We had to have our filming signed off by the actual mayor of Baton Rouge to film there. So,
where in Baton Rouge did you go?
So we actually went to a location that has never been filmed before.
Well, then don't say. Leave it as a surprise.
All I can tell you is it is an active, current police department.
Hence the need to get permission. Yeah, because it's an active police department.
Mm-hmm. And it was such a big thing to them. They were so excited that, they personally had rushed our request, and the mayor himself personally signed off on it. And they loved it so much that they agreed to have us back. So that was fantastic.
In the chat, Michael, at the moment, I'm sure everyone's paying attention to Michael, but in the chat at the moment, there's a lot of talk about urine, and Ian has just popped up because people are asking Ian questions, and Ian has popped up all in capital letters. I am not a piss expert. Oh dear. What a conversation, guys, in the chat.
Ian, it sounds like you're in trouble, buddy.
Oh dear. Hey, Bill. Bill, Warm Strong Adventures. I played you a little animation earlier, but I'll play it again for you. For thanks for the super chat you gave me the other day. Thank you, mate. Let's see. Has anyone got any questions for Michael at all? The only thing I wanted to ask you, Michael, was did you at all have any of these places you went to that were very like nothing happened? Like it was kind of like, oh gosh, this has been not disappointing. It was still fun, but not much.
So when with the filming aspect, we've done a really good job at picking some really incredible locations. And I would say you're just gonna kind of have to wait and watch and see to find out how I do and how it goes. But I will say, it's I don't like to use the term skeptic, right? Because I think that implies that you're going in it with a sense of contention, right? And then everybody will tell you, a lot of people will tell you, well, oh, I'm skeptical. I always go in with a skeptic eye. That just means you're going in contentious, meaning you want to disprove, right? And that's not the case. I think you need to go in innocent, right?
Yeah.
I think that is the goal. If you really want to enjoy what you experience, you have to go in. You have to go in childlike in a way, because
Did you
hi,
see that? Yeah.
yes,
Can you see?
uh,
He's married, girls, hands off.
but thank you so much. I feel so
Yeah.
sexy now. But you have to. I think you have to go in. You have to go in. You have to go in with the childlike innocence,
Yeah.
because if you go in skeptical, then you're automatically going in with almost a negative point of view. And if you
Mm.
go in innocently, I'm not saying that you're going to go in and you're going to just have a great experience, but you're going to have a better time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trust me on that.
Like when I'm at these places, I wouldn't say I'm skeptical. I'd say I'm
Open.
I don't know what the word is. I'm not scared. I want something to happen. I want what I've been told has happened to others to happen to me. And when I go in, I just talk out loudly to whoever might be there. I just have a conversation, and I'm there by myself. So, but I feel safe, like especially in Virginia City, I feel safe in these locations. I was in the Washoe by myself all night. Nothing happened. But I can say I was there, and I can say I was respectful, and I can, and it doesn't mean I wasn't being watched or anything
Right.
like that. I didn't get any bad vibes or anything, but I wanted so much for something to happen. So I'm more, when it comes to being skeptical, that's more from my perspective when I watch someone else do something and they say, oh, the ghost pulled my hair and then kicked me in the bottom. And I think,
Right.
really? That's pretty.
Really?
That's pretty. But I
Time?
have seen people's hair move.
Wow.
So interesting things can happen. But yeah, I think you're right. Go in there with an awe, like just go in there with I wonder what might happen, and just don't obviously jump at the first things that do happen, because always think, well, was that what I think it was, or is there a little raccoon living in the roof? Like all these sorts of things. And then you
never know, right? I think you have to. And here's another thing to take into consideration. If you're willing to believe, that ghosts exist, then you have to consider the fact, or consider the nature of time, right? Time is really something that is beholden only to the living.
Yep.
Right? Because time is what measures entropy, realistically. And entropy is really something that is for the physical, for mass, for you, for me, for the sun, for the earth. But for something that is no longer alive, that has no need for a physical body or a physical entity, time could be completely different for all we know. So a ghost, something that you are talking to, could be a ghost from the past, could be a ghost from the future. They might hear what you say, or they may be trying to answer a question from somebody 20 years ago. You don't know. And that's to me, that is the beautiful part, is that you really kind of don't know. And I'll be completely honest, I hope I never do know, because I think it's that sense of, I don't know, just intrigue that makes it so appealing to me, and probably really appealing to other people. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, be respectful, have a good time. Even if nothing happens, it's still fun to do. And that's absolutely right. And that's the key, is it should be fun. It shouldn't be intimidating. You shouldn't go in angry. You shouldn't be going in trying to antagonize, and there are people that are in the industry that, that is their whole shtick. And I get it. If that's what they want to do, that's for them. But, that's not really my modus operandi. So to me, it's more about listen, learn, have fun, be respectful, and you're going to get out of it whatever you put in.
Exactly. And I was watching Navajo elder talk on a video I was watching, and he brought up an interesting point about people doing the paranormal and going in to do those sorts of things. And he said, you don't know what this is. That's why you're investigating. But he was talking about people who go in and then kind of bless the place and say, get out, leave here, go to the light or whatever. And he said, you don't know where you're sending them. You don't know what you're doing, and you may well have just sent a spirit that's been lost and comfortable, like not doing any harm, to God knows where. Maybe they're there in that place because they are lost. They don't know how to move on. But don't you help them because you don't know what you're doing. Like he was making a bit of a point. Yeah. So
I think of it like this.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and say heaven and hell are real. Now, I'm not saying they are or aren't, but let's just use this as an if. If that is so, and you pass, and you can't get to heaven, and your only option is to hell, well, you might as well just stay put.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, that could be the case for some of these people. We don't know. That's what's crazy, right?
That's it. But that's a good point. And then some little do-gooder with a Bible walks in and goes, "Big on!" And the poor thing, you don't know where you're sending it. If you say, well, maybe it's been grabbed by something and is now in more misery. Like, I think because we don't understand, I think when people do stuff like that, they probably shouldn't.
For all we know, you just sent him to a plane where his testicles are eternally nibbled by groundhogs. We don't know.
Exactly. Wouldn't that be terrible?
Awesome.
Oh, that's put a horrible picture in my head now, Michael. Thanks for that. Quick, take me back to the bunny rabbits.
Oh, yes.
How many bunny rabbits do you have? 4?
I have 4.
Yeah.
And they are really good at camouflage. Oh, there she is. So this is Snickers. Say hi, Snickerbutt.
Oh, look at him. He's a little chub.
Yep. She's our biggest one.
Little Snickers. Well, he's not little. He looks quite big.
Yeah. Yes. That definitely Snickers is our biggest bun for sure.
I've heard of Erwin's just put up, if I was ever in Ireland, I should visit Loftus Hall. It's been known for the devil himself. Visited, any Irish person will tell you. Oh.
I would love to go to Ireland to see where they make all that soap.
What's soap?
The Irish Spring.
Oh, well, it's probably a spring somewhere. Is it, Erwin?
It's got to be. It's got to be.
Because I've got quite a few English people in here today. So from England, I can't even say, from the UK. Oh, dear. But yeah, as someone said, imagine Zach Bagans telling you where to go. I'd haunt him for the rest of his days. Well, that's one thing I've never seen Zach Bagans do, giving him a bit of credit here. I don't think I've ever heard him say to a spirit, or has he? I don't know. I don't think he's ever told the spirit to leave. Ghost hunters used to, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if Zach Bagans has, but I do know he has, he has his own version of how he wants to do things. And I mean, it's popular. It works for him, but it's not my style. It's not the style of show that I'm creating. The show that, Para with the Normal is going to be unlike any other paranormal show you have ever seen in your entire life. And I promise you that.
Wow. Yeah, and he has he Legally Blind? Well, he probably has, I don't know. But yeah, no, that's why I think you guys keep an eye open for Para with the Normal when it finally gets to TV. Oh, wouldn't it be good if you get on Netflix? You'll be a star. You won't want to talk to me anymore, Michael.
Well, we're in talks. We're in talks with a couple of different places, so there's a lot of interest. We just have to finish filming.
Yeah, you'll be fine. I have no doubt. I have a very good feeling about it. And I'm not a psychic. I just have, having met you and knowing you, and Mary Lynn's gorgeous, and I know Shane Pittman. I don't know him well, but you do. But I get a feeling from him that he's a very the reasons he's into the paranormal. If you ever get to see Shane Pittman talk, give a talk about why he does what he does. I actually had this conversation with Michael when we were in Nevada. It's very interesting that some people with the same background, let's just say the same kind of upbringing, the same kind of life before adulthood. It's interesting that a lot of people, myself included, somehow find our way to searching for answers in this regard. And I think Shane, without knowing him well, I hope he never proves me wrong, but I think he's a very nice man.
One of the things that he brings to the table the most is compassion.
Yeah, I think so too. And I haven't seen him be disrespectful. Like in those group things, I was watching him work, and he wasn't disrespectful. He was very respectful, quiet, probably too quiet for me. Hey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did ask him for a tea bag once, and he tried unzipping his pants. So I had to. No, that's not what I meant. So, yeah.
Oh dear. But yeah, so keep an eye out for Michael's show coming up, and I'll be certainly spruiking it here. As soon as I find out more, when Michael updates me, I'll let everybody know. And of course, he will be with me in July 12th through to the 14th in Virginia City.
Come down. It's going to be an incredible time, everyone. I know it's a bit of a travel for some of you, but you know what? YOLO, as the kids say. I think. I don't even know anymore.
YOLO. I don't know. There's a lot of new words now, isn't there?
There so is.
So many, and I just don't know. But yeah. Oh, Tanya, everyone's eyeing you off. Look at this. Yeah, Michael's wife is very lucky, and she's got a little winky tongue out.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm gonna let her know.
Yeah, you better remind her just how lucky she is, hey? She's probably there with you anyway. Make sure you say hello to her from me, even though I've not met her. If she's your wife, then she must be a good girl.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Yeah. And was she able to come along with you on any of the filming things, or was she busy herself with work?
Yeah, she's got her own thing she's kind of doing right now, and especially with the house and the dogs. I've got 4 dogs. I've got 2 turtles. I've got 6 pigeons, and I've got 4 rabbits. So
yeah, he's like me, guys. He's got tons of animals.
so many.
Yeah. So anyway, you can hang around if you want, Michael, but I know you've got things to do. So thank you. Thanks so much for popping your head in, and we'll be keeping an eye out for para with the normal. Well, para with normal.
Yeah, para with a normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, and you could follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as Sidekicks Paranormal, and we'll release stuff on there too.
Yeah, I'll pop up in later on, guys. Keeping out when I get off here, I'll pop up links to the TV. Oh, yeah, Sidekicks Paranormal. Thank you, Tanya.
Yes.
And then Sidekicks Paranormal. And if you even go to that, you've got on the YouTube. Have you got links for the new one, or have you just put it on the Facebook, Michael?
For
para with the normal.
It's just on Facebook right now.
Okay.
We will probably expand on that in the future, but right now we're just everything's kind of low key as we just kind of slowly ramp things up and release all of the new cool trailers and stuff. And I'll send you the new one. I'll send you the new one now, and then I'll let you know when you can release it to everyone.
Thank you, sweetheart. All right, go have fun and pat the bunnies and kiss the bunnies and the dogs and say hey to the wife. And I'll talk to you again very soon. Thanks, sweetheart. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye. There you go. Isn't he gorgeous? What a beautiful boy. Look, I don't need to. He'll be on the Netflix, or he'll be on the Discovery Channel, or he'll be somewhere, and I think everybody will just love what he does. I've seen the clips, and knowing him, I know that there will be no fakery of any description. I think I can say that with 100%. So yeah, you'll be right. Now, Nightmare Nation, what did you do for me, sweetheart? You said you emailed it. I'll have a go. All right, I'll have a go. Let's have a look. Give me a second. One of my girls must be cooking her breakfast. I can smell food. It's delightful. Just a minute, Gmail. I'll get there. Just give me a second, Nightmare Nation. There it is. And how do I do this? I will have to. Oh, it's on the YouTube, is it? Hang on a second. All right, pause. All right. Let me see if this works. All right. So, oh, no one's seen this yet, guys. So this is from Nightmare Nation. Oh, and I've got to say thank you for your memberships a minute. Don't worry, I will. This is, oh, where are you? Brushy Mountain. Ooh, let me see. Present. I hope the sound's working. Everybody, if the sound's not working, let me know. I think I fixed the issue from last time. Share the screen. Nation. That's share. Right, there's a screen. Then I'll put that to big, and I'll get rid of that. And we'll hit the play button and see what happens.
Mountain State Prison in Petros, where last night 7 prisoners escaped.
Brushy Mountain was a maximum security prison with inmates serving prison sentences of 200 years or more.
You guys didn't hear that? Holy shit. I'm so
Whoa. Whoa. Was the sound all good, guys? Did you hear that? That looks pretty cool. Actually, I saw Nightmare Nation. I saw a clip. Who was I watching? I think it was you. I saw that clip where Side-Eye Guy saw something at the end and then said, "Don't F with me." And it turned out, was it Joe? I thought, right, I would have kicked Joe up the bum and said, "What the hell are you doing down here when we're investigating here?" I think it was Joe, but that was good, but it was funny. I can't remember where I was watching that. Was it with you? I couldn't have been if that's a premiere. I don't know. Someone put it up and I saw it. Was it Dawson? Yeah, it was funny. Oh, it was Dawson, was it? I just thought that'd be right. Yeah, Brian, check them out. I think they'll be fine. Oh, that mask is horrific, isn't it? They could make a horror movie with that mask. I just think, oh, that's terrible. I'd at least want to get some black paint and maybe paint black hair on it or something. But anyway, it is what it is. It was Joe, was it, Brian? Yeah. Yeah. And then he sees it and thinks it's an entity, and it was just Joe, naughty Joe. Bloody hell. Oh, I'm with you. Okay, I'm with you. So, well, there you go. Well, that was very naughty, all right? You scared the Side-Eye Guy. Oh, I don't think he looked scared. He looked peed off. He did what I would do. If I saw that, I'd go, "Oh, my God," and I'd run for it. I went on, when I was on a couple of investigations, I noticed with Jason and Cassie and whatever, something, that, did you hear that? That went off in that room, and they just pause. And I'd go, "Well, come on." Off I'd go. I think, "Don't pause. Go and see what it is." It was nothing, but still, I like it when people chase stuff. You got to chase it. If you don't, go to it. Go to the noise. Go to the bang. Go to the whatever. But if it's right there with you, well, then that's a bit different. Oh, gosh. Oh, well, I'm glad Michael got to come on today for a short time. He's absolutely awesome. He's a beautiful, beautiful little creature. I can see the ladies thought, well, there you go. Enzo is Enzo is the official eye candy and comedy relief for the July event. But given the attention that young Michael was getting today, well, Michael can be the eye candy as well. He's a good boy, and his wife's a beautiful girl. He's very happily married, ladies. Let's see. Yeah, he was. Yeah, you don't, and that's how you should be. You don't, if something happens and you're there to prove or to discover something, and you see something like that, if you go and run in the opposite direction or just freeze up, why are you even doing it? Don't do it, because you've just literally let evidence walk away. But no, he did it. He did it very well. He should have ran at it, which is what he did. Now, have I missed anybody? Oh, the new members. Let's see. I saw you do that for me, Nightmare Nation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And who else was it? Shit. Who? Oh, God. Hang on, it'll be in my starred comments. There we go. Black Cat. I knew it was somebody. Yeah. So I'll play. There you go. I'll play my little animation that says, thank you for becoming a new member. Now, let me see. I do like my Robert the Doll. All right. You're getting Robert the Doll.
Hey, Annabelle! Karen got some more members. Isn't that great?
Oh, wonderful. Chucky, come say welcome to the new members.
Hey, F you. Leave me alone, or you're toast.
Chucky, that's naughty.
There you go. You got it, Chucky. Oh gosh. Yeah. So yeah, Michael will be there in July with Mary Lynn. I'm yet to see how Mary Lynn does what it is she does. But I certainly know how Michael does what he does, and he's a good person. So I'm looking forward to that show coming to be. Oh, thanks, Nightmare Nation. Yes, I do try to entertain. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I'm on to Robert the Doll. I've got a pretend Annabelle. I've got a Chucky doll. I'd like a Robert the Doll. I wonder if you can buy them. I wonder if where they hold them, they've got like mini toy ones. Does anyone know that? Because if they have, I'll find one and buy one. Then I can have a Robert the Doll and Annabelle the Doll. And just for your information, I do not believe Annabelle the Doll is a haunted doll. And I'm very skeptical about Robert the Doll too. He just looks like a very cute old doll who's kind of stitching, needs a bit of whatever. He just looks like a cute little doll to me. Ah, dear. Hello, Mitch. How cool are you? Just yes, welcome. Whereabouts in the USA are you, Mitch? But yeah, so what else? So yeah, in regard to July, Dave Schrader, of course, I keep forgetting to ask people to come on my live stream, and then when I remember, I message them too late. Like Michael, I messaged him 10 minutes before I came on because I thought, oh crap, Michael. And good boy, he did it. But I'm very, very dreadful at reminding people. But I did invite someone else who has not shown up today. And when I speak with that person next, I shall smack their bottom. Oh, cool. All right, Dee, I'll have a look then. Robert the Doll. Yeah, I want a Robert the Doll. And Annabelle at the moment is in my old, in the garage, still on my old thing. So I'll bring it in. Oh, I don't think dolls are haunted either. I think it's just another one of those fantastical little tales that people told back in the day to scare people. And I think maybe sometimes too, it's possible to just imagine stuff like that. Like if you can, yeah. I mean, I can't say 100% dolls can't get haunted. I can't say that, but I don't think so. I could think of better things to possess and stay within than a doll. Do you know what I mean? I just had a dreadful thought. It's all right. I won't share that. It's my brain went somewhere else. Tanya, I did. I saw Black Cat became a member. Tanya, I did. That's why I played their welcome new members. Thank you, darling. I did. Yeah, I think it's possible that something could move them, maybe in some way use them or move them. Absolutely. The truth is none of us are really going to ever know anything until we all die. But what's that? Legally Blind. Question for Doof. Is it hard streaming live and being awesome? Oh, I love you. Thanks. No, when I first started live streaming, I've looked back at some of those and I think, oh my God, my hair, oh my God. I remember it was a little bit, I wasn't sure what to say or how to, do it. So I was lucky. I think Joe was very kind, and so was Crow. They'd come on with me and help me. But then I just figured out, oh no, you just come on and talk to the people. Like if I've got a guest on, I've got to pay attention to the guest. That's why I was off to the side looking at what was being written. Ian, the urine specialist, giving us all the advice on urine. But I can see what you're writing, but then when I've got the guests there, I'm trying to be polite and speak with them. But then when it's just me, and Enzo's good at it too, he'll be reading your comments as well. So for me, a live stream is about talking to you. Does that make sense? It's like a live messenger conversation, I guess. And it's nice to see you all come in. How dare you, says Ian. It's nice to see everybody talk to each other in here as well and support each other with different things. And I don't mind playing trailers and crap like that. Like I don't mind, because YouTube is a humongous thing. And excuse me. And I just think there's room for all of us, and we should support each other. And if it's good content like that was Nightmare Nation, whatever, yeah. So yeah. Oh, Crossover Paranormal Society. I keep seeing that you're live, but when you're sitting at work. Crossover Paranormal, he's gorgeous. He says vehicle for me every time he knows I'm there. He'll throw vehicle into a sentence. For those of you who don't know, I've got quite a crush on anyone with a southern accent that says the word vehicle. But I can't say it the way you say it, but it's got that. The shape says it the same way. It's like the way the shape says it. So I do love a southern accent, a southern drawl. But yeah, often Crossover, he investigates. He goes out and investigates with his dad generally, don't you? But yeah, he also does a little drive to work in the morning and does a live stream and talks to people while he's driving to work. And once he gets to work, he sits in the car and he still chats. It's quite cute. I like it. Dear. Have I missed any questions? I don't think so. Oh, here we go. Black Cat. My bestie, or Sissy, who passed away a year ago, I have her Shirley Temple dolls, her antique rocking chair, and other stuff she gave me. And although we have odd stuff happen, it's not her stuff. Interesting. Yeah, well, like I was making that point the other day. I've got, anyone who's watched me for a long time knows, and for those of you who haven't, I'll tell you what kind of oddities I've got behind me, and also in my other room, which I need to bring them down here. But I don't know why, but I like to get items associated with events. So I've got a piece of the Hindenburg, and for those who are too young to know what the Hindenburg is, look it up. It was a tragic accident. The Hindenburg was a big airship which exploded, and people were killed. But I've got a piece of the Hindenburg. I've got a piece of the fireplace at the Cielo Drive house where Sharon Tate and her friends were brutally murdered. The fireplace, that when the house was pulled down, they pulled down the fireplace. Someone I know and trust got a whole heap of those bricks from the fireplace, and I've got a little piece of that. I have got Paul Walker, who unfortunately died in that car accident. The tree that he hit, or well, he wasn't driving, the tree they hit, I've got a piece of the tree. I've got, that's my dog, not me snoring, okay. I've got a piece of, I've got a piece of Lucille Ball's garden wall that they ripped down. What else have I got? A piece of the Titanic, well, something that was on the Titanic. I've got a piece of that. I've got, what am I missing? Oh, police tape that my friend obtained well after the fact, but the police tape was still up around the O.J. Simpson, his, how he murdered his wife and the boy. I've got a piece of the police tape that was there. What else have I got? Oh, crikey. Oh, look, lots of stuff. Elvis Presley's hair. I'm just trying to think. I just collect a whole heap of stuff. And my house is not the point I was trying to get to, is my house isn't haunted. And if one would think to have some of those items in my home, that if something were to attach, like, do you know what I mean? Like, they come from places where horrific things happened, but they don't bring any bad juju into my house. Like, they're just for me to have a piece of history. And like, even the things I've got with Sharon Tate, the fireplace, the tree with Paul Walker and everything, what I did was I've got a photo of Paul, a photo of his grave, and a little thing and the tree in there. It's kind of like my memorial, if you would. Same with Sharon Tate. I've got a little picture of her grave, and a picture of her with baby clothes. And I went to visit her grave when I was in America. I went to California, went to LA, and my friend Scott took me to the cemetery, and it was just after Mother's Day, so I left her some flowers for Mother's Day. So I don't know. What's that, Ian? Elvis isn't dead. He's working the gas station somewhere in the Midwest. Well, Jesus, he's a bit old. If he isn't dead, he's too old to be working in a gas station. Oh, gosh. It's nice to think that maybe he didn't die, but he did. But never mind. We all go some way. He was just way too young to go. He wasn't well looked after, was he? But he was probably a stubborn little bugger. Do you know what I mean? He was born, I'm a Capricorn. I was born on the 10th of January. He was born, I want to say the 8th, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, I can be stubborn, and I don't look after my health at all because I'm too busy looking after everybody else. So for me, when I get sick, it's like, whoa. Ooh. So, yeah, I just think he didn't look after himself. Yeah, I've been to Graceland. I liked it. It's weird. Like, walking through there and everything, it's kind of weird. I felt like I shouldn't be there. I kind of felt like, you know, when you go to someone's house and you're not truly, go with a friend. Like, someone says, oh, I've got to pull into so-and-so's house and pick something up. Come on in with me while I go in. I'll introduce you. When you go into someone's house and you kind of feel like, oh, I shouldn't be here. Like, it's okay for them to be here because they know them, but I would have much rather wait in the car. That's kind of how I felt being at Graceland. It was fascinating to see it, but I just felt, I don't know. And then when I walked across the road, or well, you didn't walk across, you got the shuttle back across the road to where they've got all those humongous hangars, aircraft hangars, I guess, converted into like a museum. It's like, I don't know, slightly disrespectful. That's how I felt, even though it's from the family. Do you know what I mean? I just kind of felt it was, I don't know, just all sort of felt, Elvis would probably say, yeah, whatever. I don't know. And it's up to the family. It's up to the family what they do. But I kind of felt it was extremely interesting to see all of his stuff. But then on the other hand, it was very gaudy. It was kind of like, over there's his house that people are walking through. Granted, you can't go upstairs. Thank goodness they haven't gone that far. But it's still weird. It's kind of like you're expecting them to walk back in because it's like a time capsule. But yeah. The plane, that was weird. I went on the plane. It's just all a bit weird. I don't know. I don't know. Says me, who's got pieces of weird things in my house. Not like a mausoleum, Ian. I don't know. It's more kind of just like, a mausoleum as compared to museum. It's definitely a museum. Like, there's tons of stuff there. They've got to store it somewhere, I guess. The amount of stuff he had, it's all very interesting. And the warehouse is full of the stuff. That's interesting. It's quite fascinating. But I think it's more the house. I think if I were his relative or whatever, I think I'd just come to shut that down. I know that sounds silly, but I think I just would. I think I don't know, because some of the people that were there were disrespectful. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was respectful, so was Jason. We walked in, and you felt like, oh my God. I was super stoked to see the jungle room though. Like, the jungle room. But you still felt kind of weird. I don't know. I think I don't know, but there were other people there being really disrespectful, like trying to, I want to go upstairs. Why can't, like, just disrespectful. So I don't know. Yeah, you saw that too. Yeah. Karen Squirrel. Brian asked question. If you could buy any haunted location in the world, what would it be? A haunted location. Ancient Ram Inn. I would buy there and buy that, and fix it up, put a pretty rose garden out the front, redo the inside, not destroy what's original, just get rid of all that crap inside and just clean it up and tidy it up and make it beautiful again. Put some just get rid of all the old crap that seems to be in there and all the silly, satanic type looking things. Shovel that out and just maybe build a building out back that's got some of that stuff in homage to the guy who did own it, because he's passed away now. I wouldn't let his memory fade. But yeah, I'd love to. I could live there, I reckon, but I'd have to fix it up. Like I'd have to, pretty flower garden, fix up the fence, make it all pretty and pictured, and stop people from coming to. I'd live there. I wouldn't let anybody come and investigate anymore. It'd just be my house. But that's what I'd like. But I'd love to live in a little cottage like that, regardless, a Tudor-style cottage. That's my dream. But yeah, of all haunted locations, I think that would be it. I don't think there's, or in America, I would love to possibly buy one of a place in Virginia City. I'd like to. The Bonanza and the Delta are up for sale. I don't think they've sold yet. I'd love to be able to be rich enough to buy both of those and get them up and running again, and live at the top of the Delta somewhere. That'd be nice. They're supposed to be haunted. But let's have a look. Have I missed anything? Oh, yeah, about the... it's definitely worth a look, Graceland, but it's just, for me personally, I felt weird. I don't know. It was... I can say I've been there, but I still felt weird. I kind of felt... I wonder, speaking of ghosts, I wonder if Elvis's spirit truly is still there, which I would think it could be, because that's where his mum was. That's where he was with his mum. They were his happy. That was his happy place. His bedroom was his happy place, his safe place. So if I were Elvis and I was still home in my happy space, and all these people are coming through, looking through my crap down the bottom, going to my mum's room, looking in my mum's room, going, I don't reckon I'd be too welcoming. I'd be thinking, go away. Like, I know I would. I wouldn't want them there. So maybe that is why, personally, I got that kind of feeling. Maybe that is the vibe that's given out when you go in. And if you pick up on it, that means you're picking up on it. It's probably him going, I wish you guys would all bugger off. I wouldn't want anyone in my house. I'd get lost in the Winchester house, crikey, or bang my head on the top of something. That's a weird house, that one, the Winchester house. What's that? I wonder if my ancestors ever visited the Ancient Ram. Well, they probably did, Brian, because it used to be just a pub. I've seen some pictures online of it back in the day when it was a pub, when people went there all the time. So it's interesting to me that eventually, his name escapes me at the moment. I'm not looking, but the gentleman who did own it and was on the Ghost Adventure, he's often on things talking about that and his experiences within the house. I kind of often wonder, like, it's a very old house, so why was it then when, I don't know. I'm going, because I am going to go and visit it. I've already booked. Like, I'm going to the Ancient Ram Inn, but I'm going to go deep into that one. I'm going to try and go back as far as I can to where there are actual still, like, records of people who lived there before he did. Don't know what I'll find, but I'm going to try to find out as much as I can before I go there. And see. But I think it's a fascinating, like, so much in England is fascinating. So much of it is so ancient that, yeah, it just, I'm looking forward to getting to England in September. All going well, so long as there's no world wars and crap like that pop up before I decide to fly. Erwin, Doof, what's the scariest thing that has ever happened to you? In the paranormal, nothing. Nothing's ever really scared me, not that I can think of. In life, marriage. Yeah, I would never do that again. But yeah, no, nothing really. A scary that had me petrified was when someone tried to break into. I was living in a caravan in my grandmother's backyard, and I woke up to the sound of someone trying to get in the door, and that I froze with that one. That was like couldn't scream, couldn't talk, nothing. So I guess that was the scariest thing, but I'm sorry, it wasn't paranormal. Went out the next morning because I waited until I heard my uncle in the bathroom where I was just now. I shouted out, Uncle Billy. And he's like, yes, love. I said, can you see anything? He goes, what's wrong? I said, I'm coming in. And I opened the door, went in. And when he came out with me, whoever it was, but I did eventually tell them to go away, but whoever it was had actually bent the metal back and they were getting at the lock. So glad I don't know what they had in their hand to try and do that, but I'm so glad that they didn't. I might not have lived to tell the tale. Doof, can I get a blue jacket? A blue jacket? What's a blue jacket? Am I missing something? Do tell. I don't know. What's a blue jacket? But yeah, if you can get a blue jacket, get a blue jacket. Whatever that is. Let's see what else. Yeah, I haven't missed anybody else. Have I missed anyone? If I've missed you, just repeat it because I'm going. The Ancient Ram Inn. Fascinated years. Late 70s, a priest with the surname of Yates did a botched exorcism. Oh, in the inn. I'll have to look that up. Well, by botched, it means it didn't work, yeah? Or he didn't know what he was doing. Oh, okay. All right. I understand. Thank you, Dee. I didn't know what that meant. Why do you want a blue jacket? Oh, dear. Let's see. Brian just said they didn't call marriage an institution for nothing. No, they didn't. Yes, I think because marriage is very much old-fashioned now. That's what I think. I think nobody, especially, you can get married, you can do the whole thing because it's cute and it's fun, and you get presents, and you get to spend a whole heap of money on something that you later regret spending it on. It's a great waste of money, really, a wedding. And getting married nowadays with the laws around property and et cetera, really, I don't know what it's like in America, but certainly in Australia, you do not need to have that piece of paper that says you're married by law, because you're pretty well screwed after about 6 months, whether you're married or not. I don't know. I think there's better things to spend your money on. Just the opinion of someone who's been through 2 marriages and learnt after the second one. Doof, my scariest thing was hearing a woman mumbling and crying in an old church ruin. There was no one there, only my friend and myself. It was super scary, and I think it was a banshee. Ooh. But are you in Ireland, Erwin? But banshee's scream, it could have just been the spirit of a little lady crying because she's lost someone she loved. It doesn't need to be a banshee. I wouldn't want to see a banshee. I hope they're not real. Imagine that. Because isn't it something that if you hear the scream of the banshee, someone's going to die? Not necessarily you that hears it, but something like that. Ireland. Oh, whereabouts in Ireland are you, Erwin? I'm coming to England in September. How hard is it to get from the UK to Ireland? Like, how long does that take if I get on it? Do they have a ferry? Like, is there a boat that I can take across to Ireland so I can go and have a bit? Because I would love to go and have a bit of a look. Let's have a look. Maisie Rose. And I'm visiting Maisie Rose when I'm there too, aren't I, Maisie? Up in Scotland. Waterford, Ireland, Southeast Ireland. So, cool. So I know there's parts of Ireland they say that you should avoid due to still some ongoing not great things. So I'll tell you in a minute, JT. So you're in the part that's okay to visit. I think all Irish people are quite nice anyway. It doesn't matter where you come from. JT, no, I do not have a galah. What I have is a very noisy few birds. So I'm actually in my bedroom. So here is my bedroom window, and there's a reason it's all darkened and the windows are shut, because just outside my bedroom window is a big aviary, and it has a red-tailed black cockatoo in it. That's my daughter's bird. He's actually not being too bad. He can get really noisy. I have a sulphur-crested cockatoo who's also outside, but he's quiet. He only gets noisy if there's another cocky around. But the one that you can hear that's extremely noisy is a ring-necked, an Indian ring-neck bird. They've got like that one. And that's with the door shut, and he's in another room. He is so noisy. Very naughty. And I've also got a Rosella. She can be noisy too, but in a different way. That's the most ear-piercing noise. I don't know what possessed me. But yes, I've got a bit of a zoo happening. So sorry about that. Northern Ireland, just outside Belfast. Is Belfast all right now? I know back in the day when I was a kid, it was, again, another one of those places where it was like, oh, gosh, terrible things happening. But I would hope the Irish are such a good mob of people. I was having a bit of a giggle with someone from Ireland yesterday. I was talking to a lady, and I said to her, I felt quite stupid because of St. Patrick's Day. I said I was watching something on St. Paddy's Day, and I knew about St. Patrick, and that he, as a kid growing up, you hear about St. Paddy's and St. Patrick, and he was this fellow who come to Ireland, and he rid Ireland of snakes. And that's why you don't see snakes in Ireland, right? And I thought, that's interesting. Bit of a fairy tale, but that's interesting. And then I found out what it actually meant. So you two Irish fellas will know. For those of you who don't, so it's the Romans. The Romans, St. Patrick comes from the Romans. It was a Roman fellow called Patrick. They sent over there because there was, I'm thinking, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Erwin and Jean, I think it was like how we have pagans and things like that. It was a very ancient part of Ireland, the serpents, right? And so the Romans wanted the serpents gone because they wanted to take over and whatever. And that was St. Patrick's task, to go to Ireland and get rid of them. And apparently he did, but hopefully he didn't really. They all went and hid. But for all these years of all of my life, I've thought it was all about this nice fellow called Patrick who got snakes gone. And it was all about a bloody Roman who went there and probably annihilated people. Bloody hell. So there you go. We all learn things. Yes, I think Irish people are grand. Scottish people are grand. I know through history the Irish fought with the Scottish against the British. So I'm pretty sure the Scots and the Irish people get on all right. I know I've got, when I did my DNA thing, they broke it down. I've actually got, I think it's 50% from memory, or 49 or 50% Irish in me. And when I did my family tree, that is correct. So there you go. Let's see. Erwin says, Duf, St. Patrick came from Wales. Oh, and it was the Vikings that involved Ireland. Ooh, so it wasn't the Romans. That's interesting. There you go. But there you go. Here's me thinking, it's this bloody nice bloke called Paddy who decides to get rid of all the snakes. And when really what they were doing was killing people. Just like Ring a Rosie, a pocket full of posy. And that's all about the bloody plague. So there you go. all these nice little stories and songs you think are nice, and it turns out to be about something horrific. Maisie Rose, Irwin, I didn't get to the bit where they actually said what blah was. They were arguing about the origin of blah. Blah? As in blah, 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 blah. Explain yourself, Maisie. I might have missed it. Wisdom, if you need to know something, just Karen it. I don't know. Oh, I did put something up about Easter. Because I've always been, because I've been also looking at pagan, like the origin, like paganism and all that sort of thing. I've been researching it, and all of the gods and things involved and why they do certain things. So when it came to Easter time, I thought, I'll have a look at what they did, because I knew, basically, I knew that like Christmas, the Christmas tree, Easter, and all that sort of thing was originally pagan and European type before Christianity, like it was a belief system. And I thought, I'll check that out. So anyway, I put a thing up, and some dude gave me a comment, or wrote a book really in the comments, and I'm like, dude. And he went on and on and on about, I left it there, but he went on and on about the blood of Christ and this and that and the other thing. And I'm like, dude, I don't care about that. That came way after what I'm talking about. But he was telling me I was wrong. What a load of nonsense, he said. And I thought, I had 50 seconds to put together a short. And now if I had have put together a 1 hour long episode, I'll take criticism, but I cracked it. So now I'm just kind of like, I sometimes wonder if you say anything, you've got to be careful, because people bite. And it's usually because they've read something on Wikipedia. Wikipedia's not always right. I could go into Wikipedia now and pick any subject and edit it and put my version of what I think into the Wikipedia. So you can't, I prefer to get my information from reliable sources like museum databases or books. Once upon a time there was things called books, but yeah, I don't know. Jean, I love Ireland. You're going to have a blast. I have travelled through the island and had no problems. I don't think I'll have a problem. They'll probably, yeah, I don't know. I've watched all those movies like P.S. I Love You, that where she goes to Ireland, and I want to go to an Irish pub and see an Irish man sing. I don't want to ever get married again, and I don't want a boyfriend again, but I'm happy to look. And Maisie already knows I'm happy to look for a man in a kilt too. I'm just happy to look. I don't want to touch. Just look. I'm too old for romance. Nightmare Nation. You're listening to me dribble now. Dear. Let's have a look. Baby Girl says, anyone do May baskets on May 1st? Understand the maypole. I grew up doing May baskets in Iowa, but in California, nobody knew what I was talking about. Oh, the dancing around the maypole with the ribbons and everything. Yeah, May Day. Well, that was a spring type, welcoming in spring as well, wasn't it? That's what that's for as well. And that's, yeah, I know what that is. I don't know the full workings of it, but yeah. Oh, Tanya, it took you a while, or I missed your cheeky subjects. Oh, dear. Yeah, I watched that show, Outlanders. I couldn't, to be honest, I couldn't continue watching it because it just got too stressful. There was always something bad happening. But I watched the first 2 seasons without fail of Outlander, and the men in the kilt, especially young Jamie in his kilt, and I thought, holy Colin, wow, can our Irish men like Scottish men like that? Because I'm going, but they're not. They're probably, most Scottish men, as in Irishmen, have probably got pot bellies and swear like sailors. Let's see, Irwin, Duff Paranormal. A blah is a flowery bap. What the hell? Explain. All right. A blah is a flowery bap. All right. So a blah is a flowery. So is a bap. What's a bap? Is it a cake? Is it bread? What is it? That explained nothing, Erwin. Oh, gosh. Yes, Jamie in a kilt. Look, I always laugh. I've got I don't see her much anymore, but I've got a Scottish friend, and whenever I would go and stay with her for a few days when visiting, her accent was still quite Scottish, but starting to lose a little bit. She still sounds Scottish, but the quickness of the accent and everything was slowing down. A bread roll. Oh, good. I'll remember that. Thank you, Tanya. And after spending a few days at her house, I would be not speaking with a Scottish accent, but using a lot of the words like crisps and lorry and, like that sort of thing. But, oh, Jean, are you off? I'm going soon too anyway, sweetheart, 10 minutes. I've got to have some breakfast. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens to me when I'm in England for a month, to see if like when I come back on a live after I get home, if I have a slight twang to how I speak. Although I thought the same could happen when I went to America, but it didn't. So there you go. I kept my Aussie accent. Oh dear. Let's see what's I look at a red flag pops up. It usually does. I run. Still looking for a decent, mature boy toy. Non-narcissist or jealousy allowed. There you go. Hit baby girl up if you're interested. Yeah, I don't even want a boy toy. I'm quite happy. I'm just happy. Yeah, I think when, as a female and a male, happens to boys too, happens to men too. I think a whole different conversation. But I think once you've been traumatized by relationships and you've had your self-esteem destroyed, I think you just think, yeah, it's not even worth looking anymore. I'll just learn to like me, learn to appreciate other things, and I just personally don't think in the end you need that. I think so long as you've got great friends around you, and like, look at this, I'm having a laugh today. I'm reading your comments. I can see what you're saying to each other. You're all wonderful, and you're all in different parts of the world. It's amazing. Like back in the day, the only way I could have talked to anyone, I wouldn't have been able to speak to any of you unless I met you on a pen pal page in a magazine or something, So I don't know. I'm just happy with life the way it is. I love my garden. I love my pets. I love my children. I love the fact that I've been able to travel. I may not be able to continue to travel in the future because it's expensive, but at least I can say I have been to some of these places. So by the end of the year, when I've been to England, which is, I can say, well, I've been there, and I will do a hop, skip, and a jump over to Ireland. I have to, because to go all that way and not go to Ireland and see the beauty of that country, no, I can't do that. So Crow, hello, Crow. He just popped in. He knew I was nearly finishing. Oh gosh. Crow, guess what? Let's see. Where's my thing? Crow can have, which one do you want, Crow? Do you want where you actually do you want the pizza one? I might as well play the pizza one. I haven't played that today. Here we go. Thank you, Crow. There you go, Crow. Oh, dear. Thank you, sweetheart. Tommy, I didn't get a notification you were live. Oh, well, I can't help it. That's YouTube's fault. But it doesn't matter. There's always more. And you can, if you've missed most of it, Tommy, go back to maybe half an hour in, if that. And I speak to my friend Michael Gigliano, and Michael Gigolo. I speak to Michael. He's got a show that they're taping at the moment that will probably be on Netflix or Travel Channel, one of them. And he was talking about that, and he's going to be at my event in July. So Enzo hasn't been here because he's off gallivanting around the countryside having some fun. So there you go. Oh, Crow, look at that. You got plenty of hot dogs. Yes. Let me see. Oh, yes. And Ian just wants to make sure that everybody knows he is not Doof Doof Paranormal's resident piss expert. That'll teach you, Ian, though, for talking all about it, won't it? Oh, dear. Now leave Ian alone. Oh, golly. Crow, Ian, we were talking earlier about before plumbing, what everybody would do with the contents of their chamber pot after they woke up in the morning. And basically it was chuck it out the window and anyone below on street level had to duck. And Ian come up with a whole heap of different things about urine or urine or however you want to say it, PP. Yeah. And so, of course, I called him the piss expert. Excuse me. Dear. What's that? Dean Newman. Nurses use dipsticks. Piss testing. Oh. Oh, Veronica. Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, now I've got to do another one. Which one, Crow? Oh, which one do you want, Veronica? You can pick. Let me think. There's Crow abducting Enzo in a spaceship. There's the one with Crow just now, the pizza. There's what else have I got? I've forgotten. Let me have a look. I've got all these things. Oh, we haven't done this one. We haven't done this one today. So here we go. More dancing. There you go. I've got to do more dancing ones. Ian says, tune in next week for more piss facts. Dear. Hey, Crow, Judas, have you seen your new video? Oh, you made something for him, have you, Wisdom? What's that? Tommy says there is a video here on YouTube of a dog being abducted by aliens. Oh, I'll have to find it and have a giggle. Oh, gosh. Maisie says Crow's a growing boy and we all know he loves hot dogs. I'm assuming you're talking about Crow. Oh, golly. Thank you for dropping in, young Crow. I hope you're doing all right, my little man. And Sarah. I can see everybody here. This is my time to do the Romper Room Magic Mirror, but it's going to take me forever. Whereabouts? Oh, we were in Los Angeles. I went to Los Angeles, Veronica. I had a friend of mine's got a YouTube channel, Scott Michaels. What does he call his YouTube? Dearly Departed is his YouTube channel. And Scott picked me up at the airport because I had 10 hours or something to kill. So Scott come and collected me and took me for a drive around LA. He took me up to Cielo Drive. And we had a look around there, and he took me to the cemetery so I could visit Sharon Tate's grave. Where else did he take? We went for lunch at Benny's Beanery. I can't remember. I'll put a photo up later. He took me, but basically where Janis Joplin and all them used to hang out in the 60s and do all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I had fun. But it was a bit sad, though, I have to say, Veronica. It was a bit sad seeing all the homeless people. That was good, not good. And also the fact that I wonder if they pulled it down yet, actually, where the Viper Room is, that block that's got historically old, like, original Hollywood type buildings, it's all getting ripped down, demolished. So the Viper Room and everything. Oh, Enzo, you got home safely. Yes, I'm about to finish up, Enzo. Hang on a second. I am going to finish, but because I don't know where he is, though. Hang on. Oh, he's probably not even. Are you home yet, Enzo? Are you awake? Are you home? Did you just get home? Oh, I don't know what that is. That's probably the same thing I'm just sending you, Enzo. But if you want to just pop in and say hello and goodbye, because I'm going to go. I'm not going to stay. You don't have to. Otherwise, next week, when we go live, Enzo, I'll talk to Enzo beforehand, but I'm pretty sure Enzo's going to have some pretty interesting stuff for us to have a bit of a look at from his trip to the museum, the UFO museum. What's it called again, Enzo? What's it called? He tells me I've got a brain like a sieve sometimes. Let's see. Have a good evening, afternoon or morning, depending upon where you are. I'm off to settle in tonight. It's been fun seeing you all. Till next time, you go to bed. Say goodbye to Enzo, though, Brian. Hello, sweetheart.
Bye. Bye, everybody. It's been a great show. It's actually personally been one of my best, but
I'll talk to you in a minute though, Enzo, but I had Michael. You've seen Michael before, Michael Gagliano. What's that say? Dimension 6, UFO capital of Kansas. How do you say that?
Geneseo City Museum, home of the Roswell Compass. Dun, dun, dun.
So more next week, guys. All right, I'm going to make you wait for that. So Enzo will be talking about it. Dee just says, "Oh, cool, you're not going." Was Enzo in Roswell?
I was not in Roswell. I was in Kansas version of Roswell.
Yeah.
But
Enzo will always pop in. This is Enzo's show too. This is like every weekend we do our live. It's Enzo and me. But Enzo was traveling, and did you just get home? Did you, more or less?
yes, literally just got home, saw you were still on, jumped straight on the computer.
And there
Everything's just dumped right at the front door. I didn't stop. I came straight in here.
Tanya says you've got your new cup to put your alcohol in.
That's what all cups are for, my dear.
Spooky. Hey, Spooky. No, Candy. Explain, Enzo. Candy says that she thought Roswell was in New Mexico.
It is. Where I was today was in the small town of Geneseo, Kansas, where they have a UFO museum. One of their kind of like founding fathers of the town was a doctor there in the 50s and 60s, and he was an avid UFO researcher without the internet. And in many cases, not even telephones back in those days, where he would interview people, he would travel far distances in his truck to go and visit sites where people say they saw something strange or someone strange, and did a lot of personal interviews, which I only discovered just today. There are many audio recordings of.
Ooh.
Old reel-to-reel tapes that they're in the process of digitizing as we speak. So,
wow, pretty cool. I'm looking forward to talking about this next week. It'll be awesome. And you took plenty of pictures?
I took a lot of pictures. The group I was with took a lot of videos. So we were getting in each other's way trying to video everything. So their video tech was way better than mine. So I just stood back and we'll run some of their video once they got it all processed and cut up.
All right, Veronica, do have a good time. And Karen Hawkins, thank you for telling me the Viper Room is still going strong at the moment. Yeah, not for long though. I'm not sure when they're knocking it down, but that'll be a shame that they're knocking it. Did you know that, Enzo? You know the Viper Room in Los Angeles. There's the Viper Room. That whole block is set for being demolished. They're building a big high rise. Yeah, so that'll get demolished. There's a famous, on the corner next to the Viper Room, there's a famous old like a liquor store that's been there since, well, it's all been there since the 20s, I think. I mean, the Viper Room wasn't always the Viper Room, of course, but it's got a history in itself from the gangster days and all that sort of thing. So it's a shame that they're not
with it being Los Angeles, I just assumed they had to close it because of the giant piles of human feces that are piled up around it on the sidewalk.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, I don't think it's that bad everywhere, but I did see it. Like I did see some pretty bad when I was there. So it's such a shame. growing up as a kid and being in love with Hollywood and movie stars and seeing all the movies and everything. It's just, but it is what it is. Hopefully one day it'll get good again. But there you go. Maisie Rose, we're not going to nerd out now because I do have to wind this up. I've got things to do. But Enzo will, yes. Enzo, what?
How about a quick nerdy Monday?
Right, just here's a quickie just for you, Maisie.
Here's a quickie just for you, Maisie. A quickie between you and me. Monday will be total solar eclipse in the United States. NASA launching several rockets to monitor the eclipse over the United States. Also, coincidentally, CERN will be firing up again on the same day during the eclipse. I'm sure everything will be just fine.
Dun, 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 dun. Wisdom, yes, I did email you Enzo's response to the photographs that were supplied, and Enzo had actually a sensible, very plausible, absolutely probably what I would go with answer to the question of what was that in the photos. So I did send it to you, so let me know if you didn't get it. I'll check my emails soon. I haven't had a look. Oh, his photos from the trip. Oh, yes. No, we'll see them next week. I'm sure he'll put a little compilation together and we can run through that and talk about everything he saw. I'm looking forward to next week because I want to hear all about it. It'll be good.
Yeah.
But there you go. Hang on a second. Jean Davis, no, I had no idea they were doing that to the Sunset Strip. Spent a lot of my 20s there in the Viper Room. Whiskey, it's all going. Jean, all going. It's so sad. Like, it's not right. Hey, Bad to the Bone. Yeah, so, but that's, I've seen if you actually drive past where the Viper Room is, there was, you know how they have the developers put up a picture of the vision, like this is what's going to be here. They're knocking down the Viper Room, right? They're demolishing the whole block. They're building the new building, but on the lower floor, there will still be a Viper Room. They're going to build a Viper Room. So it's not going to be that Viper Room. They're just going to build a bar or whatever it is and call it the Viper Room. I'm like, why not just leave the frigging thing there and build around it? Like, why not demolish everything around it and keep it as I don't know. But people have just no respect. No respect. All right, guys, I'm going to end this up and keep an eye out next week. Enzo will be here and I'll make an awesome UFO type thumbnail to remind you that he'll be here. But he'll be here. And I'll thank you so much. Also, I just want to say again, Tuber Chat gifted a membership, and Veronica, a super chat, Crow, a super sticker, Black Cat became a member, and Nightmare Nation became a member. Nightmare Nation, I won't share out your trailer. You can do that. And Tanya gifted some memberships. So there you go. And have you had a look at my subscriber count, Enzo?
I have not.
Do you want to have a look? Hang on. You have a look.
2,520 some subscribers. Wow.
And it's all come from because I rejigged a couple of episodes and because the Shape shared out one of them, that's where it's come from the help that the Shape gave me, and Beardo and Crow, they gave me sharing out some of my content. And for whatever reason, that I think because that, I don't know how the algorithm works, but I'm assuming once a particular video gets picked up and more people watching, somehow that picks up, and they've just 500 of the subscribers have come from people watching my Valiska episode. Wow, and a lot of them have said, a lot of people have said, Beardo sent us. The Shape sent us, and also I put one out on the Sally House, and that's so far picked up quite a few. I'm like, wow. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm super stoked. I'm like, oh, wow, cool. So there you go. I know, Candy. I know. And see, you got me to stay even longer. I was going to go, but I had to tell Enzo that. All right, my darlings, all of you, runs with scissors. I tell you not to run with scissors, and you still do it. We're about to go, but you can rewatch and you can fast forward. You'll see. I spoke with Michael Gagliano. He's going to be at the July event. Oh, you've got some competition, Enzo, because the ladies were flirting with Michael in the chat. Weren't you, Maisie? And
Was he
Tanya?
wearing a Hawaiian shirt?
No. So, you know,
I am not scared at all.
That's right. No threats to you, whatever. But yeah, so he's got he's going to be there. But so for those of you who've just got here, just go check that little interview with Michael out, because he's going to have a show on, probably maybe Netflix. He's not sure yet, but that's going well. And then, of course, I babbled on for a good hour and a bit about all sorts of rubbish. And then Enzo popped in to say goodbye. And so, so call in, visit next week on next week's live and get Enzo's take, I guess, on the museum he visited. I'm excited to hear about it. So that'll be pretty cool. Did you get any selfies with the cowboy? Was
No.
he there?
I know there was video taken where he was explaining something. I was standing next to him, but really, this was all of this was kind of a precursor for the whole group that I hang out with down southeast Kansas, the Katie Gang.
Yep.
We're all going up in July 8th for their Kansas UFO Day celebration that they do there. So it's sort of like a local fair kind of thing where we are going to be there doing interviews, chatting with people, doing presentations, and actually even doing like a Q&A with the audience about UFOs, its history, and the importance of what happened there with that doctor and all of his stuff. So there's a lot of amazing stories coming out of that place.
Yeah. Before I go, Dee's just saying about young Michael, who was on earlier. He has rabbits, dogs, turtles, and pigeons.
Wow. He is a hungry young man.
He is. Well, yeah, I suppose. Oh, gosh. Oh, Ian tells me I have a week to make a jingle for Enzo's story hour. Please make it happen. All right. Yes, I will. There'll be a jingle. There'll be a jingle and a short clip. You watch. I'll make him proud. I'm trying to go in, but people are saying interesting things. McMinnville, Oregon, where I live, has the second largest UFO festival in the country. Ours is in May. Yeah,
that's a famous one. That's the origin of a lot of historical UFO stuff right there.
Yeah,
it's where the pilot Kenneth Arnold first saw the ships, and as the craft skipping along near Mount Rainier, I believe it was, whatever that large mountain is right there. And in a press briefing afterwards, where he's describing all of it, he said that they didn't seem to glide. They kind of skipped like a saucer being thrown across the water. That the news took, and that's where we got the origin of the term flying saucer.
This is how you guys get me going for longer, and plus Enzo just arrived. I saw a little clip the other day of my life crush, except he's taken by Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell, talking about those what are they called, the something lights, the lights, the P lights, the lights, where he was a pilot and he was flying in, and he saw it. They've got a name, not Pasadena lights, the something or other lights, where everybody reported these lights that one night. And he said he was watching the news. He turned the news on, and he goes to Goldie, "Oh, they're talking about, I was there." And then it says, reported by, and then one aviation pilot reported it. He goes, that was me, Kurt Russell. I was the one who reported the lights. And I thought, that's pretty cool. I wish I could find that clip. I might play it again. I love Kurt Russell. Have I told you that?
He's a very nice person.
I was talking about it earlier. I think he would be, but he's got Goldie. He wouldn't want me. But I just reckon he is just, I love him. You never hear anything bad about him. Him and Keanu Reeves, you never hear anything bad about them. And you never hear anything bad about Enzo either. All right? And watch out if anyone says anything naughty. All right. Oh, hang on. What are you teaching people, Tanya? You can click on the three dots at the end of people's names in chat. Can you? What's that do, Tanya? Let's see. Go to channel, pin message report, put user in timeout, hide user, add a. I can't see that. What can you do? It must be a new thing. I think Karen has a something thingy to be able to. Oh, okay. Yeah, just hashtag share, all lowercase. I'm trying to catch up with what they're even talking about, and I'm about to go. All right, but there's always next week. Hashtag share lowercase if you've got a channel that you have that. Yeah, that's it, Tanya. That you want to share your channel, you can do that, and then that way other people can connect with you via that. You see? That's it. We'll wait for Dee's channel to come up. Let's have a look. Dum, 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 dum. I've got to go, Dee. See the things I do for you? Maisie, oh, hello, Antoine. I haven't seen you for a while. Where have you been? I've seen a few people pop in today I haven't seen for a while. Either that or I haven't been paying attention to chat. All right, guys. I don't know what's happening or why your little things aren't coming up, but there you go. I don't know. We'll fix it all next week. Be prepared next week. Oh, there it is. It's come up, Dee. Oh, because
Tanya did it. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with the hashtag share. Actually, I haven't seen the Nightbot in here. So maybe it's not, my Nightbot isn't working anymore. Who knows? I've got to go because my brain hurts. I've been talking too long. All right. I love you all. And thank you again. And to any people that are in here new that haven't been here before and have subscribed to me just of late, thank you so much. And I hope I continue to give you some content that's entertaining. And yeah, weekly, Enzo and I team up on a weekend and talk about all sorts of random subjects. And usually Enzo's got something very exciting scientifically to tell us. So there you go. All right, guys, I'm off. I'm going. I shall see you next week, and so will Enzo. All right. See you later. Have a great Sunday here. Have a great weekend.